Hello, I am back in London. I've had an absolutely amazing week out in Girona training. As you can probably tell from my atrocious tan lines. I don't know what it is about my face because no one else seems to get this. Maybe it's about how I apply my sun cream, but like POC helmets do me dirty. I also do appreciate that angle did show off the fact that I am going grey prematurely, which is great for me. Apparently runs in the family. I'm just accepting it. I'm gonna have like grey streaks in my hair soon and that's fine. I am currently back home. We are renovating at the moment. So we're renovating the bathrooms. That's why there's a bit of mess going on. So I'm back home for like 4 days, maybe 5 days. And then I leave for Dirty Reaver and I am going to be sensible and decrease my distance to the 130 rather than the 200 because I think I've done quite a big block leading up to the Tracker 360 and actually I'm on the approach of like tapering rather than whacking in another huge ride with a huge effort 1 week out. It's like 7 a.m. on a Friday, so I very much am gonna go get a coffee before I do the rest of this video. So the topic of conversation today, why is gravel superior to road? Now this is something I feel passionate about. And passion is a word that I wasn't allowed to use in my personal statement when applying for university. So I'm very much going to use it now. I remember like teachers always being like, just don't write passion, don't say you're passionate about maths. But like, do you know what? I was pretty passionate about maths and I am pretty passionate about gravel. So reason one, cars. This is easy. This has got to be the easiest reason ever. So riding on the road, you just have, especially in London, cars everywhere, traffic lights. The road cycling in London can be so bad in terms of traffic and roads that I'm actually currently on a train to London. On the gravel, very rare to find a car. All you find is dogs and people, and most of the dogs are really friendly. A friend. Hi, Spanish Duke. Hey, Spanish Duke, how are you doing? But yeah, cars is my big number one reason why gravel's better than road. Another thing really is the places that you can go to.
Like, come on, when do you get a view like this on the road?
It's just more adventurous, isn't it? Another key one for me is the people. So on the whole, everyone I've met in gravel has been super friendly and super nice. And on the road, I just haven't had the same experience. Like I've met some really nice people riding on the road and racing on the road, but the environment tends to just be a little bit more toxic, especially in the racing scene. So like racing gravel, everyone's there to be competitive, but like you make friends with people outside of the races or even in the races and you ride with them and you chat to them and you find out about their lives. And like, I don't know, on the road scene, it's everyone hates each other, or at least a lot of people do. I know there is camaraderie and some people are not like that on the road, but for me, like generically the scene feels nicer, feels warmer.
Like we were just riding along here and we just found 2 gravel riders who were doing exactly the same thing as us, so we rode with them.
So follow on for that is like the atmosphere at races. There is no doubt that when I've been to gravel events, there's just been so much more going on. Like you don't go to a road race and get pop-up. Sometimes you get like a pop-up coffee van, but like on the whole, you've not got like pop-up events, like expos, like lots of stuff going on. You don't really get that at road events, but at gravel events, there's normally so much to do. Bring your whole family along. Gravel races can be like festivals. If you've never been to one, go to one. Like some of them can be a little bit festival-y in the vibe. And I don't know if this is me being a bit naive, having gone to Reading Festival at age 17. And actually, I did go to Benicassim Festival in Spain when I was 18. Very much not my scene now. But yeah, for me, that's the kind of festival I enjoy. Number 5 is the feeling under tyre, which is what I've written down. And I'm going to explain it. Like, it just feels better to ride off-road than on the road. Number 6, and this might just be a me thing, but I find it way more stimulating than the road. I'm constantly thinking, I'm constantly looking where I'm going, I'm constantly making decisions. And on the road, yes, there's an element of that, but like sometimes you can completely switch off and just ride. Whereas on the gravel, I feel like my brain's constantly working and I'm constantly being excited by things around me and like being like stimulated by things in the surroundings as well as the terrain.
Like here, there was a slight cliff face, but I was thinking the whole time when descending this.
Okay, 7. It is a whole body workout. Like riding on the road, yeah, great for your legs. Good work, leg workout for sure. Riding on gravel sometimes requires, I swear, every single part of my body. Like core required to ride really stable and like strong on a gravel bike is pretty key. And I think for me that means that I can spend more time in the gym or justify spending more time in the gym to really work on like all around strength, but also the actual riding itself proves to be a bit of a strength session. Like I've done rides where I've had to climb a hill. So in the tracker there is a 22% at one point loose gravel climb. To stay on that bike up that climb in a 42 tooth chainring, I was using every single part of my body to get up that hill.
Okay, so this isn't the 22% climb, but you can see we're working really, really hard on using our entire body to be able to get up this.
Okay, next one. Like, you go into it knowing you're gonna get mucky. There's no false understandings about coming out clean, which is what happens all the time on the road.
Like, when I do a gravel race, I go in knowing I'm going to come out covered in muck. When I do a road race, I don't go in expecting to clean my bike and get covered in muck. So, moments where I could like see off to the side, like some really nice looking bridleways, and all I was thinking was, I could be on a gravel bike riding on those right now. And instead I was in a bunch of people trying to move each other around in an uncomfortable amount of pain. Also, like, we just went too fast. Like, I like riding fast on a bike. I think anyone who rides a bike enjoys going fast. But there's a limit at which fast is too fast, and 78.2 kilometers an hour was uncomfortably fast. And I did think that there was a chance I was going to poo my pants a bit.
Really key one for me here is the variety. So like roads are roads, like tarmac is tarmac. That doesn't change really. I mean, you can ride to different places, but gravel, what is gravel? Who defines gravel? So like gravel riding to me can be sand, can be loose gravel, can be rocky gravel, can be grass, like can be single track, can be big bridleways, can be really big fire paths, can be like so many different things. Like gravel riding, one gravel ride, you can go on 10 different types of gravel, and gravel varies so much and can be so beautiful that it just constantly keeps you stimulated and excited. My favourite kind of gravel is called Princess Premium Gravel, and that's stuff that's really easy to ride along, but still gravel.
Look at this. Oh, it's like moving on the road for Island.
Okay, I think we're on number 9 here. So number 9 is where the races actually take you in the world. So this is one that I am also really, I'm going to say, passionate about. This is one that I believe quite strongly in. Like gravel, when I choose my race calendar, the places I'm getting to go are pretty bloody awesome. Like Iceland, Finland, the US, like, and Sweden. The parts of these countries that I'm going to as well are absolutely stunning, because to have a large amount of gravel, it needs to be a pretty and blessed place. Like Galloway in Scotland, absolutely stunning. You wouldn't necessarily know that unless you were a gravel rider and you went out for a gravel race there. Whereas on the road, a lot of the races are in really not particularly exciting places. I'm gonna have a sip of coffee before I make my absolute crucial last point. This one is fun. Gravel is just more fun. And that's undeniable. I don't think anyone could argue with me on that. But yeah, what's life about if it's not to have more fun?
Like, come on, what is not fun about this? And this?
Anyways, I hope you enjoyed that little insight. Also, I do appreciate there are some downsides to gravel, but I don't think they need to be mentioned in this video. Thanks for joining me and my coffee on my Friday morning musings about why gravel is so great. For the next couple of weeks, I'm going to start racing, which is super exciting. Next week, I will be racing Dirty Reaver, and then the following week is the Tracker 360. And I'm thinking I'm going to put together like a preview video from my wrecking of that and how I'm feeling about it and what I'm taking into consideration, my setup, etc. I am very scared. I think that's the one word that I can use to describe how I'm feeling towards this race. Today's a pretty typical Friday. I actually, oh God, we don't have brioche. I can't make French toast. Oh, no. Okay, it's okay. I'm meeting a friend for lunch later, so I'll make that brunch and have something small now. But yeah, I'm going to the gym this morning and not riding my bike today because I did so much volume last week. I think I actually need to take a little bit of a chill pill. Training Peaks at one point said -60, and I think Training Peaks was at that point telling me, Maddie, just ease off a little bit. I will hopefully get back with more content pronto. Thank you for watching this video. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever, share it. I don't really know what people want from the content, so I'm just planning on doing races and around that, like little bits of what I'm doing. But yeah, comment if there's anything you particularly want to see or know about. And yeah, I hope you got through this / enjoyed it. Have a good Friday.
So Joe, what do you think in terms of spectator sport? Which one's a better spectator sport, road or gravel?
Me. Depends on the weather.
Depends on the weather. Okay, that was a good point. Okay, so take weather out of it. Which one's better to spectate?
Oh, you're really testing me, aren't you, really? If you're talking Tour de France level, then oof, difficult to compete with.
Yeah,
that.
but let's be real here. I'm never going to be racing the Tour de France. So let's think the level I raced. Would you like to see a local Nat B or a Nat A road race like Lincoln?
No, the battle on the beach sort of atmosphere takes some beating, I have to say.
There we go. The answer we thought would happen.